My name's Katie Hultquist, and I'm OutRight's Director of Leadership Giving. I live in Seattle with my wife, 3 kids, and our puppy, Ollie. I've been on staff with OutRight for 4 years and a donor for 7 years. My job at OutRight is all about sharing our mission and building relationships with people who want to join our work for global LGBTIQ equality. The reason I love working for and I give to OutRight personally is because I believe we are all connected. I care about queer and trans people around the world because I'm a part of the community, and I believe we have to be there for each other. When a part of the LGBTIQ community is left behind, attacked, or experiences human rights violations, it's up to all of us to do something. The reality is, while the journey for full LGBTIQ rights and equality has far to go in every country, there are huge disparities. At least 67 countries still have laws criminalizing same-sex relations, and 11 of these impose the death penalty. 50 countries have laws that criminalize transgender people explicitly or implicitly. Only 6 countries ban so-called conversion therapy, and there are 30 countries where not even a single LGBTIQ organization exists to support or advocate for our community. Despite all these challenges, what gives me hope is that in the last couple of decades, we've actually seen huge progress. 15 countries have decriminalized homosexuality in the last 10 years. 29 countries have codified marriage equality at the national level, including 16 in the last 5 years alone. And in 2019, the World Health Organization removed being transgender from its classification of mental illnesses. The bottom line is that there's a tremendous and exciting opportunity to radically accelerate social and legal change right now if we all work together. I also love that OutRight has a strong commitment to intersectionality and our understanding of how LGBTIQ people and all of us experience the world. Because none of us are just one thing. We are queer, but we're also women. Many in our community are people of color. We may be living with disabilities or in a place that is especially impacted by climate change. In other words, all of us. So OutRight works in solidarity with movements for gender equality, racial justice, climate justice, and other social justice issues. And that's something that I care about very deeply. I love my job because I get to share my passion for our work and our movement with friends and new people, and because I can see the progress and impact of the donations we receive every day. I also get to learn and try new things, like launching our global LGBTIQ COVID emergency fund. That's one of the things I'm most proud of over the last couple of years. We've always known that queer and trans people are especially at risk in times of crisis, but COVID made these inequalities even more clear and disturbing. LGBTIQ people have experienced significant loss of income and food, lack of access to HIV medication and healthcare, and increased domestic violence, and were not often reached by and sometimes even excluded from traditional relief efforts. Almost 2 years after COVID emerged, LGBTIQ people and organizations are still suffering, especially in places where vaccines are not yet widely available. Our emergency fund has distributed over $3.2 million to more than 300 organizations in over 100 countries, reaching 150,000 people with emergency food support, shelter, mental health support, and more. I truly believe this fund helped save lives and kept many organizations in our community afloat during the pandemic. Looking ahead, I want to share a few projects I'm excited about. The first is our Outstanding Legacy Circle, which OutRight launched last year for our 30th anniversary. This program recognizes supporters who include OutRight in their estate plans through a bequest in their will, making OutRight the beneficiary of their retirement plans or life insurance or other assets. The reason I love our Outstanding Legacy Circle is that these donors recognize that our vision is a long-term one. We have made some incredible progress over the last 30 years, but we still have a long way to go to achieve full equality, safety, and freedom for everyone in our global community. This work will continue beyond our lifetimes, and it's exciting to think of the impact we can make through estate gifts that can be transformational and keep OutRight and progress going forward for future generations. I'm also excited about our new crypto and NFT philanthropy program. OutRight began accepting donations of cryptocurrency in June of 2021 and partnering with NFT creators and platforms that want to help us accelerate LGBTIQ equality. We've been able to reach new people and amplify the work of queer and trans artists and creators along the way. I think it's a great opportunity to bring new supporters into our family and our movement who may be all over the world. Many of them are younger and care about equity and social justice, and some are just giving to charity for the first time. Achieving our vision is going to take all of us, so I'm excited to welcome new donors from the crypto and NFT space. I'm also excited about our new Empower program. OutRight has always proudly identified as a feminist organization and taken leadership around women's rights in our movement. In 2022, we are launching Empower to support global queer women activists and organizations because queer women face intersecting forms of discrimination and oppression and are targeted and marginalized even within our own movement. So Empower will provide an opportunity for lesbian, bisexual, and queer women to step into leadership roles, strengthen their issues and priorities in law and policy, and increase their visibility as leaders in our movement. When someone asks me why they should support OutRight, I say because LGBTIQ rights are human rights everywhere. You have an opportunity to stand in solidarity with LGBTIQ people and help eradicate the violence, persecution, and discrimination our community faces around the world every day. And there's never been a time with more potential to radically accelerate progress and equality. I hope you'll join our global movement. I hope you'll join OutRight.